Okay, quick Monday, end of day. Quick look through Monday's end of day closing prices. So, I forgot to put the closing eyes on Friday. Make sure I do tonight's. 69. Obviously, I put them in the. I just forgot to write it on my note. Put it in the market technicals. Cheers, James. So, it's all about gold, isn't it? Still, all about gold and silver. Silver's on a tear, isn't it? Keep it simple, as they say. Yeah, so we got the close, weekly close last week. It wasn't looking like we were going to get that close, was it? But we got it. 1 second, let me just snag something. And that usually attracts a little bit of interest, doesn't it, when you go through a big number like that on a weekly close? But yeah, still no pullbacks yet. Just if gold and silver can just exist on a higher plateau up here, and I'm sure they will. I know everyone thinks that this is going to end like this, but in reality, when they do end, it's usually a little bit like this, and it's long-winded and wide and loose action. It kind of usually goes to sleep before it rolls over, doesn't it? Famous last words and all that. But talking trends here, just think back to when we drew this little bull flag here, and that people were calling the top in this here. I mean, they were calling the top in this at 2,000. Never mind 3,000. So they were calling the top in it at 2,000 here. It cut straight through 3,000, and now it's at 4,000. Nobody knows where it's going. Back to the basics. The simplest thing you have to do to make money in the markets is to catch a trend and hold on to it, and all the noise in between is there just to stop you from riding the trend. All the chatter, and when someone calls the top in something and then it rolls over and then stops you out where you plan to get stopped out, it kind of, the old told you so sort of thing. It's just worthless to us. Absolutely worthless. I can't stress this. I keep stressing this week and last week. It only takes one good trend to make a good year, and that's all it takes. All we have to do is manage one trend well. So it looks like those trends, there's a few other things working at the moment, but for us as well, but overwhelmingly it's in the precious metals, isn't it, at the moment? So we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, I'm just going to buzz through these markets. I want to pull back myself, and we've got one in the transports there. We've got one in the industrials there, and it kind of looks like it's the mean trend, that big ugly day, but another couple of down days would be really good. The S&P's not really a mean trend yet. and nor is the Nasdaq, but it came very close to that sort of previous level, didn't it? You know, I don't even think that's a 4% move. No, it's not even that. So, you know, this would be a pullback, really, wouldn't it? Somewhere on that sort of scale. Doesn't mean we'll get one. Really doesn't. But, you know, garden variety pullback, that would be a very normal area. We always go 5% as a very normal area. So, you know, you might still see that. Who knows? Who knows? You know, just if you're sort of, I mean, we did get a bit of consolidation, sideways consolidation here for a few, well, over a month actually, probably 6 weeks or so. So that's good. But, you know, you just got to expect, well, you know, just be conscious of where the market could go in a very normal area, and that's going to help your psychology, isn't it? You know, the Russell, yeah, a little base sort of sideways back and fill here, and then straight back up to this big level. And you know, I think if they went sideways, you know, that a zone of interest, it would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Just quickly have a look at these ones here as well, the UK. So obviously we had a pullback in the UK across all markets, really. So yeah, interesting. Let's see what's in a few phantom closes around tonight, so there might be a few weird double check intraday on anything, which is wise anyway. If it's close related. So these are all loss making, and I've got no forward guidance on this one, so I don't know. Closing highs. Loads of industrial metals tonight, loads of them. This is that BlackRock smaller companies. Just plod on to that weekly chart, and an interim ahead of that. Obviously, you know, investment trusts and all that. Where are we up to here? Oh, just take the weekly off again. Back to the daily. I just need to juggle a screen. Fly through these. Same again to the newer members. You know, looking at stuff like this is, you know, I just fly straight past them because I'm looking for, you know, breakouts and first pullbacks. You know, that's my go-to. Second pullback could be a base as well, so I'm always looking for the actionable areas. Always looking for this breakout or first pullback, and another little, you know, zone of interest here, another base on a base. Keep it simple. You can draw yourself a little baseline through there as well if you want to. It's you know, looking at this going forward, a little bit creative, that potential stage one, but you know, a pullback for me would be the next time I kind of look at that one. To make a strong copy to get through this today. that was that investment banking, wasn't it? And we're kind of loaded with these asset managers. I'll just go through those again. Obviously lower beta, but you can see a lot of them are breaking out at the moment. Exactly the opposite of what everyone's psychology is telling them, isn't it? We're in a bubble, apparently. Well, we could be, but it's no there's no bubble in those. Those, I can tell you that. I mean, they've not trended anywhere. Pretty quiet in the screens today after that down day, but there should be a few in the swing screens. There's actually not many on the GTRS looking at them. Not high up, So we'll go and have a look. Be a little bit deep sea fishing on the same, breakout, first pullback, higher high, first pullback. I just had a quick look at Twitter, and it's all gold this, all gold that, silver this, silver that. It's never like that when you should be buying, is what I'm trying to say. It only gets like that when people go, well, see the moves after the fact. So into the swing points. I'm gonna try and get my head into the GTRS again and do a little bit more on I call it the ultimate filter. I know it's kind of in there already, but I'm just I want to do a few things there, and obviously I have to check everything will work with SharePad as well when I do it, and I'm going to do a few other things because I can add the other screens, what I always used to run in share scope as well, the inside ups and inside days and stuff like that. I can add all those into here as well. I can download, I can add in on volume as well. So I'm thinking whether I can squeeze, I'll just narrow down and squeeze in a volume. I might stick it here, so I'm doing inside days on volume, stuff like that. You can see what's on volume from just the dashboard. It's one of those things what doesn't get used very often until you see a stock in a pullback on distribution, and it's we see that sort of you get a big red bar, and then you the one what we always talk about, it's handy for pullbacks, the buyer's soaking up all the sell pressure. Just show you that this here, though that's probably just one big trade. I just thought it'd be good to add to the dashboard for the pullbacks. I'm going to reorder these by growth in a second and just have another quick look. Travis Perkins still, it's expected to return to pre-tax profit. Hang on 1 second, I just need to growth. Yeah, HOC, just straight back up there. PAF, new closing highs. Few REITs. Bango expected to return to growth by the looks of it. Beaks, I'll punch this one in because it has got some gas in the tank. It's not exactly punching, but well, you know, it is a, you know, it ticks a lot of boxes, but it doesn't look like it's built on revenue. And that's the last one in there. I'm just going to reorder these by growth. Griffin just having a big day today there. I'll punch this one in as well. BTY. Yeah, so hard to get. Super low beta when they move anyway, aren't they? The more swing products, the house builders. We shall see. Yeah, that's that. Let me just quickly have a look what was on the end of day there. If anyone's got anything they want to look at, obviously shout it out. If I can find the end of day page, I'll have a look at that as well. Yeah, Anto. Just ticking back up here to closing highs. Yeah, keep it super simple. Breakout, pullback, higher high. 1, 2, 3 pattern. So I'll leave it there then. There's not much to look at. The trends continue, don't they? And just I'll be in the back. Well, I'll run a radar if anything shows up tomorrow, obviously. Try not to sort of soak up too much people's time if they don't seem, if there's not much to look at, you know. But I plan, hopefully I'm in the right headspace to just jump into the GTRS and just add a few more of my little things and work on. I think I'll work on the filter first. I've got everything done I wanted to do last week, and so I was happy with that. I just have to have a little break from it every so often, and then you jump and it's like a massive chore to do it, you see, chasing all the things what connected. Okay, cheers all.